Hey guys, I'm going to make this very quick. I realized I hadn't done a current reads video in several weeks, and to be honest, I haven't I have done some reading, but I haven't finished anything because I've been hopping from book to book. And also last week I had a huge chunk of days where I was sick with a head cold, and during those days I can't, or like when I'm that kind of sick, I can't physically read. I can listen to audiobooks, but I can't read a regular book. So I am very behind in How Green Was My Valley by Richard Llewellyn, which I'm reading with Kate and Kristen, and I will but I'll say their channels down below. And yeah, they're on page like 200 something at this point, and I'm still on page 30 because I had that whole chunk of days where I was too sick to read it. And then the next day, when I was better, I had a all-day movie marathon that I was supposed to go to that I did go to because I had already paid for it, so I couldn't read that day. And then, yeah, just things, life has stopped me from reading this book, but I am determined to catch up for tonight and the rest of tomorrow, and so hopefully I'll catch up with that and then be back to the daily reading of 3 chapters a day. So yes. And then tonight I want to read Love's Labour's Lost as well, which should only take me like an hour and a half. This is a Shakespeare, and I'm reading this with Emma from Bookish Princess, and this is another one that I was supposed to read last week, but I was sick. So I'm hoping to just read the whole thing tonight and then see where she is in it, because last time I talked to her, I think she was 3 acts into it. And yeah, so hopefully this will just take me like an hour and a half-ish, because usually Shakespeare plays take me between an hour to 2, depending on how big they are. So yes, and I'm really looking forward to this because I love the web series Lovely Little Losers, which is based on this, and they made it the sequel to Nothing Much to Do, which is their take on Much Ado About Nothing. So it has all the same characters and new characters as well, but the same core characters from Nothing Much to Do in Lovely Little Losers, along with some new core characters and stuff. So based on that, I'm really excited to read this one. And then for the rest of the week, I will be focusing on finishing Anne of Green Gables and The Pickwick Papers by Dickens. And also I am trying to watch all of the Oscar-nominated films before Sunday night, because that is when the Oscars are going to be, and right now I'm very behind, so I think I'll be spending my days doing some reading and my nights doing some watching of movies, to the point where I might have to skip all of my weekly shows this week, and just catch up on the internet, maybe next week or something. And then I have been reading and listening to some other things. I listened to the first Jeeves and Wooster short story by P.G. Wodehouse called Extracting Young Gussie, and it's about, it's the first introduction of Bertie Wooster and his valet Jeeves, and oddly enough, Jeeves is literally just introduced in this story. He doesn't actually do, he doesn't perform any of his normal, getting Bertie out of scrapes things in this, or at least I didn't think he did. Maybe I didn't listen well enough, but it seemed kind of like Jeeves was just in the background of this story. But it's about Bertie's aunt asking him to go fetch his cousin from America because she thinks he's gonna make a fool of himself over there, and that he's fallen in love with this girl who's not suitable and all that. And the way it ends up playing out is very funny, and I highly recommend that short story, and I'm really glad that I have read and listened to it now, because now I can start Inimitable Jeeves, which is the next book of short stories. I'll probably start that next month, I think, just because I'm very excited to start the Jeeves and Wooster series because I've been watching the TV show with Hugh Laurie and Stephen Fry, and I love it. And I also have watched the first 2 series of Blandings, which is the more recent TV series that's based on his other book series, and that is excellent. And I have something fresh or something new on my Kindle, which is the first book in that series. So I'll probably read that next month or maybe the month after. Maybe I don't want to read both series at the same time. I don't know. But yeah, so I listened to that and read it and really liked it. And then the other things that I've kind of started listening to, but I'll probably listen to much more next month, are a bunch of Poirot short stories from the next book in that series called Poirot's Early Cases. And the interesting thing about that is that I have the ebook of it, which I haven't really been able to read because my tablet is broken and my phone is too small to read a whole lot on it. So what I've been doing instead is listening to all the short stories, but there is no audio collection of Poirot's Early Cases, so what I've had to do is check out the audio book of like 3 other Poirot short story collections that happen to have the same overlapping stories in them as Poirot's Early Cases. So that's been very interesting, jumping back and forth between those audiobooks. But so far I'm enjoying it. I'm halfway through, I think, the first one, which is A Ferret Victory Ball, I believe. I don't know. So yeah, that'll be much more next month when I read those and talk about those. So yeah, that's everything that I'm doing. So I've been reading a lot, but it's just been nothing that I've actually finished, really. And I will talk about the 4 main books that I have read this month in my wrap-up. And hopefully in my wrap-up I will have finished all of them. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you're currently reading. Let me know if you're watching any of the Oscars movies or anything like that, or if you're going to be watching the show. And I think my next video is going to be a big library haul because I have a few DVDs on hold and then like 2 or 3 books as well. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.